So I started driving 2 years ago. It was never my intention to organize a movement of Lyft and Uber drivers to try and fix the exploitative situation that we're in. But 2 years ago, my partner and I sat down because our mortgage had doubled. And we were already just at the edge of our budget, and there was just no way for us to pay for the mortgage. So we had to figure it out, and we cut everything out of our budget, and we honed it down and got rid of everything except Netflix and, no going out to eat, nothing extra, no vacation, nothing. And we still couldn't make it. So we looked at each other, and I said, well, I know some folks that drive. Maybe I could try driving. So I applied to work for Lyft, and they put me on the road within a few days, and I started making some extra money. So I would work my full-time job, and thankfully I have a good full-time job, but it wasn't enough to pay the bills. So after I left my job, I would get in the car and start driving, and I did it a couple nights a week. We started to close the income gap. When I first started driving, I was making between $150 and $200 a night, and it was getting me to a good place. It started getting harder, right? And about that time, I noticed that there were other people organizing, and so I wrote to the website and got on the list, and got a phone call from somebody, and talked about what I thought was going on, and guess what? I got involved in organizing Lyft and Uber drivers. For me, it was really exciting because it's clear that this is one of the fastest growing low-wage jobs in the country. Certainly in the time that I had driven, I'd seen more and more and more Uber stickers on cars, more and more and more Lyft lights in people's windows. And, there were some nights where I'd be driving down streets and every other car I saw was a Lyft car with a pink, light in the middle of the window. So I know a lot of people were going through it. My only relationship was with my phone and the app on my phone, my driver app, until I started working with Rideshare Drivers United. And we knew that the first thing we had to do was build an organization. And it had to be more than 200 people. It had to be more than 2,000 people. And when we got to 2,500, we knew we needed to go public and start fighting for our drivers' rights. And so we started building. We started calling people that were signing up. We started identifying leaders. We brought everybody together who had potential for leadership, and we said, guess what? We can build this if we all become organizers. And that's exactly what we've been doing, as we've been learning all the skills of organizing, from talking to people one-on-one, building real relationships with people, and asking people to take action and to lead us, lead others into a fight, not just for ourselves, but for each other. And we're building a movement. And it's, we were able to reach our 2,500 people by January, and we were hearing rumors that the governor wasn't sure how to deal with the new gig economy and whether he was going to have to, protect Lyft and Uber from making, the drivers employees, or whether he was going to help drivers. We didn't know, but we knew we needed to talk to that man. And we knew that we were nobody. We were not organized labor. We were not established in any way. And the way we were going to get a meeting with the governor is we put 120 people in front of his Los Angeles office and said, we want a meeting with the governor. And so that was the beginning. And we've grown tremendously since then. We've doubled in size. And we're going to continue to grow, and we're going to continue to fight until we win justice for drivers. We want to be part of the solution for fair wages for all workers, definitely for anybody deployed from an app. Just because you're deployed from an app does not mean you don't have rights. You do have rights, but we're going to have to fight for them to get them. So we're going to fight until we win. and we're building a movement. So the only way we're going to win this is if we really turn public opinion. And the only way we're going to do that is for all of us to kind of step out of our comfort zone and really talk to everybody about what's going on. A lot of us love to drive. A lot of us love to talk to people in our back seats. We find stories out about Los Angeles that we never would. But then there's the shame associated with bringing home less money that can actually pay our rent. I talked to so many drivers that haven't paid their rent on the 7th of the month yet. And they're still driving, 12, 14, 16-hour days to try to make that rent. Guess what? We have to tell people that's what's going on. We know that this is an important job. We know that we're getting people home safely after a long night of partying. We know that we're getting people to their jobs when there's not a good bus route. But we need to tell people what's going on for us. And this needs to be more than enough money to put gas in our gas tanks. This needs to be money to support our lives so that we can raise our families, so we can pay our rent, so we can make sure there's good food for our kids on the table. That's why we need to step out of our comfort zone. Come and tell your story the way I'm telling my story. Your story is probably different from mine, but in the end, we are all together because we know we deserve justice, as do all gig workers, all app-deployed workers in this country. We still believe in a country that people deserve minimum wage. And that if we're doing a good job, we probably deserve more than that. But many of us are trying to survive off of less than minimum wage after we pay our expenses. So come be part of the movement. Tell your story. Join the next action we do. Whether we're going on strike, whether we're doing a picket, whether we're going to talk to a congressperson, we need you on the bus with us. Because together we can change this. We can't do it by ourselves.